Hello. I am so sorry that I am late. I am on holiday at the moment in Chester, and I had some complications with my Wi-Fi. I was like, no, but I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. And thank you so much for bearing with me. I'm so sorry to be 2 minutes late. So thank you for coming. This really today is going to be about the essential oils, but also not just what they can do to support you in your everyday life, but also really looking at behavior and emotions, and really looking at those top 10 and how they can support both you and your family. So I'm just going to first of all go onto the chat, and I'm just going to say, hey, how are you? And just let me know if you can see that. We lost a couple of people because I was late. Oops. So just say hi. Let me know that you can see and hear me. Send me your name. I really want to make this about you as well as me. As obviously it's about me because I'm talking, but it really is about you and what you can get, from this webinar today. All right. So I've got some slides here. Can everyone hear me okay? I've got my webcam on and my microphone, so you should be able to hear me. All right, guys. All right, so welcome to the Essential Oils webinar. So just wanted to talk to you really briefly about me because I do want to, hey there, hey Trish, I want to make this about you guys. And feel free at any time in this, I can see your comments. So if you've got any questions, if you've got anything that you want to share, then just please put that in the comments so I can support you as best I can. So myself, I'm an author, I'm a blogger, I'm a speaker, I'm a mama. That's my little family there. We've got my beautiful daughter, Seren, who is 10. And she's the whole reason that I'm doing all of this. She's the reason that I do my writing and my blogging and my sharing of essential oils. It all started from this incredible kid here who was diagnosed with ADHD 4 years ago. And for us at the time, it was really, really hard. And I've written about that in my book. But now we look at it as a really positive thing. And our message to the world is that ADHD is a different way to be. I've got my husband, Carl, and then I've got my little Daisy, who's 6, and Flinny, who's 4, and our dogs. We have 3 dogs. You couldn't see the other one because he's at the end. So it's a bit of a crazy family. And I'm a doTERRA mentor. So I've been using essential oils or doTERRA essential oils for 4 years. And I've been mentoring mothers for the last 5 months in how to use them, both supporting women online, some guys, but mainly mums, mainly women, and also doing it in communities as well. So I was hosting a class here in the UK and one on Monday. Yeah. So, alrighty. So just wanted to share a little bit about my story with you guys. As I said, I was introduced to doTERRA 4 years ago. We had tried the medical route for my daughter Seren to support her ADHD, and that didn't really work out for Seren and for us. So we decided to look at a natural way of doing it, and for us, that was the essential oils. We also have supplements which we use, which are all doTERRA. We've tweaked her diet. I'm always sharing about this on social media. We tweaked her diet, our parenting, and her schooling, and so it's a lot of different things that have really supported her. And as I mentioned, I started teaching other women back in November last year, really doing that because there were so many mums that were reaching out to me and just asking for that support and that education, because it's, where do you start? There's so many oils. And really, I think that the whole thing about doTERRA is about being ready for anything. So just with this kit that we're going to talk about today, it's the top 10 essential oils. So if you need to support your children with their emotions, with their sleep, so many mums that I speak to have different things that they need to support their kids with, whether it's sickness, whether it's tummy issues or headaches, or then looking at us as a mum, what do we need? So many of us right now that are just running through life, and we're so stressed and we're not able to be more into the present moment. So how can you use the essential oils for that? How can you use them for your husband? How can you use them for your dogs? So I'm really sharing that with as many people as I can, as many people that want to listen and to hear. And I think the fact that you have showed up today means that you're looking for something else. You're looking for a different way of doing things, a more natural, holistic way of living. But I have a question for you, first of all, because I could sort of sit here and I'm going to go through the oils, but it's really important that you think about what are the 3 things that you need to support in your family's health right now. And write it down. Grab yourself a pen and a piece of paper so you've got that visual there. It's really powerful, I think, when we write things down. So write down, what 3 things you want to support. What's on your heart? Is it you want the support for yourself? Is it for your child? Is it for your partner? What is it? Is it you're looking for something different in life? Maybe you want to do what I'm doing and share the oils. Write that down. So 3 things that you really want from this. And I think that will really help you as we go through the oils as well. So let's look at what is essential oil. So essential oil is essentially from a plant. So you've got, it can be from the flowers, the roots, the petals, the bark, the stem, the seed, and all the other parts of the plants as well. And it's the aromatic compounds of the plant. So they just smell so beautifully and so differently, so many different oils, and they all have a different feeling when we smell them. And really they're there to protect the plant from predators, UV light, and boost the plant's immunity. So what can actually happen is that because they have this high vibrational frequency, and we do as well, that the vibration of the plant can actually come into us as humans and can help us to heal ourselves. So it's very different to medication. Medication can work on lots of different ways, but it's not really helping the body to heal itself. It can sometimes mask the symptoms in some cases. Whereas with essential oils, they can really help us to heal and support ourselves. It's quite incredible. And they work differently than herbs as well. So they work on a cellular level. So what I mean by that is they're so much more concentrated as well. So just 1 drop of peppermint is the equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea, which is amazing. 1 drop of lemon, doTERRA by the way, because they're so powerful and potent. 1 drop of lemon is the equivalent to 27 lemons. So they're so incredibly powerful. And I had a lady here last night, the class that I was running, that came with a really bad headache. She said, I've had a headache for days. I kid you not. We put peppermint on her temples, frankincense in the roof of her mouth. And within 10 minutes, she said, my headache's gone. And that's the power of these essential oils. So why use the essential oils? Well, fundamentally, it's to reduce the toxic load in your home. We use so many. I've got a quote here, which is this average of 515 chemicals that we're putting onto our bodies every single day that we don't know. We're doing it from the minute we wake up with our toothpaste, with our shampoo, and so on and so forth. And that's happening with our kids. And they're now seeing that there's over 200 chemicals in the umbilical cords of new babies. So doTERRA has this amazing movement where they want to change that, and they want to sort of help people to rid their bodies of that toxic load. I think as well, what they can do is they can really bring you back to your intuition, which is something that I'm so incredibly passionate about, helping women to go with their intuition. The more women that I speak to, and they'll say, what do I need to do? And I'll often say to them, what do you think you need to do? Because we all have that wisdom. We all have it deep inside of us, but we've lost our confidence. And being able to tap into the essential oils can help us so much with that. It's an alternative to medication without the side effects as well. There's very few side effects, if any, that I've come across with essential oils. And these are these amazing gifts from the earth, that we have this amazing, abundant earth with all of these beautiful plants that want to support and heal us. And it's a wisdom that we've lost. And with the essential oils, it's bringing that back to heal ourselves. And also, this is just a little wellness pyramid about talking about, that we all know what we need to do and how we need to do it. And even though a lot of us are eating right, and maybe we're trying to eat right, and we're trying to exercise more, are we really reducing that toxic load? And are we getting the rest of managing our stress? And the essential oils can really support you with that. So just briefly, I wanted to tell you about doTERRA. So the reason that doTERRA are incredible is they have something called a CPTG, which basically means Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade Oil. And what that means is that they are 100% pure. They don't have fillers in them. They don't have chemicals in them or synthetics or pesticides. They are completely pure. So when you're using them, the magic of the essential oil is going straight into your body, straight into your central nervous system, and it works quickly and fast, as that lady said last night with the headache. They're ethically sourced as well. So these are some of the places where we will get the oils. doTERRA are from America. They could literally grow all their plants that they need in America, but they want to go to the best place, the indigenous place of where that plant is grown. So you can see here where we'll go across the world. And 60% of the places that they go to are some of the poorest countries on the planet. And doTERRA really will support those communities with education, with jobs, with schools, and with support. They'll go into the communities and really help to build up the communities and to support their healthcare system. This is just some of the places here where we get the oils from. This is one of the founders of doTERRA. And it's just incredible the work that they do. I could do a whole presentation on the work that doTERRA are doing globally around the world, not only to support people with essential oils, but to support the people that are actually going out and sourcing these essential oils for us every day. So how can you use oils? This is what a lot of people say to me, well, how do I use them, Susie? What do I do? So there's 3 ways to use them. You can use them aromatically, which is when you have a diffuser. So I've always got the diffuser on in the home. I use different oils for the morning, different oils for the evening, depending on how I want the mood to be. You can also pop them into your hands as well and just inhale them. And that is also aromatically, inhale them from the bottle. You can use them topically. So that's when you're going to pop them on your wrist. You pop them on the back of your neck, behind your ears, and the soles of the feet. I tend to always put the oils, one of the main places that I put them on the kids is the soles of the feet because it's really easy. At night, they'll all lift their little feet up and I'll just put them on. And the reason we do that is because it only takes 20 seconds to hit the bloodstream. So they're in and they're fast, which is really, really good. Or internally. So it's not recommended for anybody under the age of about 6. But you can use them internally. It's one of the fastest ways, again, to get the essential oils into your system. I'll talk a little bit about that as we go along, but you can either put them straight on the roof of your mouth, or you can just put a couple of drops in a drink. And it's important to say that that is only with doTERRA, because the majority of oils have your fillers, your synthetics, your pesticides in, and it's not something you want to be ingesting. But with these, because they're pure, you can ingest them. So let's talk about the top 10 oils. So the first one I'm going to talk to you about is peppermint. Just mentioned to you last night about peppermint and how amazing that is and how it really supports headaches, tiredness. It's so good. It gives you a boost. It's really, really strong. Remember I said about 1 drop is the equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So just putting a little drop, I always put it on my temples here, which would just invigorate me, can get rid of headaches, it can just wake me up. It's very, very good as well to use in your baking. So if you want to make any chocolate brownies or you want to make any sort of like healthy stuff, I make these bliss balls, which are like raw food balls, pop a couple of drops in there and it's amazing. But really talking about your children as well and how this can help them. It's a great oil for focus and concentration. So it's a good oil that they can take to school. I will share with a lot of my ladies about how they can blend their own oils, which is so simple. Haven't got one here, but I put them in little bottles where you put different drops of the oils in and you top it up with a coconut oil, a doTERRA fractionated coconut oil. And then you can just roll that very quickly onto the back of your child's neck. So this is one that you can use for children to help them with that focus. I've just started to take essential oils into my kids' schools. They have diffusers at the school. Some of the schools that I know of friends that use oils, they've been taking diffusers in as presents for teachers for Christmas or end of term, and taking in little samples of essential oils and really encouraging the teachers to start to use these essential oils for all of the kids because they work. And really it can support in times of discouragement or despair. It can help us to feel buoyant and optimistic. It's such a beautiful oil. And this is why I wanted to, a lot of people will talk about what they can do in terms of like headaches and sickness, but I really want to bring in the emotion side as well. So the next one, again, focusing on the top 10, because the top 10 are the top 10 are where they will cover 80% of ailments that you have in the home. So yes, there are so many other different types of blends, so many other different types of oils, but these top 10 are your holy grail. These are the ones that you can go to for everything and anything. Lavender, just love lavender. I use this on my kiddies every single night. I use it on myself. So for them, I put it on their feet and I'll diffuse it. For me, back of the neck, ears. This is like a bedtime ritual for me. It's something I always do. But then For other uses, you can use it on your skin if your kids have any cuts or bites or bruises. So healing, and instantly will take a burn out as well. If the kids have burnt themselves or you put that on, within minutes it will take out the burning. And then looking at the emotions, so this is the oil of communication and calm. So it opens up the throat chakra. So I'll often put it on my throat chakra. Sometimes I put it on the top of my head as well, my crown chakra. And as well for kids as well, it can really help them calm. It's just like an instant calm for them, which is so good, especially if we have kids that are very, very spirited. It can help to calm your mind and your racing thoughts and fears, and also fears of rejection as well. It's just such a beautiful oil to use, not only on your children to support them, but also on mamas. You know, I'm always saying, make sure that you use the oils for you as well, because we forget about our self-care. Oregano is amazing. I've hardly got any of this left. I've got to buy some more because this is like a natural antibiotic. So any type of sickness, colds, sore throats, anything, you can go straight to this for that immune support. Who was it now? I forget who it is. It's a celebrity that's just come out. Big celebrity, and I'll have to remember the name of it. My friend told me the other day, who has a drop of oregano in water every day, and she said she never gets sick. And I know so many of the ladies in doTERRA, we all do the same. We'll all, especially during the winter months, 1 drop of oregano every day. Amazing. And I put it on my kids' feet. It's very good for parasite cleansing as well. So if your kids get any type of little nasties, little parasites or worms, very, very good for that. And you can use it as in cooking, but only ever 1 drop because it's so strong. And looking at your emotions as well, it can remove blockages and it really clears negativity. And it's interesting because often when we get ill, you know, we can always feel that sometimes you get sick because you feel that you're overwhelmed, you feel that you're doing too much, you feel that you've got so much on and you feel run down. So it's a lot to do with your emotions as well. This is just an incredible oil for that. Lemon. Oh, beautiful lemon. I have this every day in my water. So I've got my water here and I always put like 1 drop of lemon. It's good. 1 drop of lemon, 1 drop of orange. And I will always pop that in there because remember I said at the beginning, you can ingest these oils as well. And the things that you could use lemon at home, so you can use it for, I actually use it to wash all my fruit and veggies because it gets all of the pesticides off and all the yucky wax. It's great to add to your water, as I said, brilliant to clean. You can just put 1 drop on your cloth and wipe down all your surfaces. But more than that, looking at the emotions of oil, it's called the oil of focus. So it's very good for engaging the mind. It aids with concentration and calms fears. It's just an incredible oil. And it supports with learning issues. So this is why this is another oil that I feel will be really good for children who are struggling at school. It can really help if children feel that they're dumb, that they're not good enough, and they've got that real low self-esteem. Using lemon with the peppermint and the lavender can really help and support and encourage them. Let me know as well if anybody's got any questions. Feel free to pop them in here and I can answer them for you as we go along as well. And hello to anyone that's just joined us. So the Digest Zen, this is called Zengest in some countries. This is eases a stomach upset. So incredible. We were talking about this in the class last night that I had at my house for kids that have tummy aches. Often kids where they will feel anxious and they don't realize, they don't know how to explain it. They'll often feel that they've got a tummy ache. If they get any sort of migraines, there's a thing where children can get, they diagnose it as stomach migraines, but often it's connected to their emotions, right? And how they're feeling and their fears and their anxieties, which they're not able to verbalize because they're only children. So Digestan is incredible for that. So you just rub it onto your tummy with some fractionated coconut oil, which is an oil that we use in doTERRA. Rub that on and literally 5-10 minutes, that tummy ache is gone. It's amazing. So good for IBS, for people that will get any tummy aches, bloating, anything like that is very, very good. And it's because it's got the peppermint in it as well. It's really good for helping you to feel quite awake. So it's great for having on, trips if you've got like road trips or anything like that. And then looking at the emotions I was saying as well, it can really support that brain-gut connection. There's so many kids and adults that are struggling with different issues to do with concentration and emotions and being able to regulate their emotions. And what we're realizing now is that so much of that is in our guts. So what we eat, any toxins that have built up, anything like that is in our gut, and the gut is affecting our mind. Something like 90% of serotonin, which is our happy hormone, is produced in our guts. Like, it's the research that's out there right now is amazing. And Digest-N is really good for that because it will work on your gut, which is then going to help your mind. Such an amazing oil. So On Guard is, this is what I call the Holy Grail because it's the immunity. So again, it just supports you and your kids if you're sick. It can, what would usually sometimes last a week will last 24 hours or 48 hours with On Guard. It is amazing. Very, very old fashioned. You know, I don't know whether you guys will remember when like our grandmas or our great grandmas would talk about making a hot toddy. We did in the UK if you were sick, and they would put cloves in it and lemon and herbs and probably a little bit of whiskey. All of that they did for a reason, because these amazing herbs can soothe our bodies. And all of those herbs are in On Guard. In fact, funny that I was learning the other day that in the Black Death, they would use the people that would go around, the thieves, and rob all the people that were dying, would have all these herbs and would put them in this cloth and inhale them when they would go around and rob all the jewelry. And they weren't dying, and no one could realize why. And then they found out what was in this particular balm that they were using was all of these oils that are in the On Guard. So it's incredibly powerful, incredibly powerful. And looking at the emotions, it can strengthen your inner self and can really help you to be true to yourself as well, to really feel more invigorated and just well. It's like an immunity booster. So looking at Easy Air, this is your, if you ever know of Vicks, which we tend to rub onto our children's chest and back, which is great, but not great because it's a derivative of the petroleum family. So it's full of toxins. Whereas this is your natural one. So you just use this with the coconut oil, you'd rub it onto your chest or back, same with your children. And it's just going to help if anybody's sick. It can really help as well with the emotions of feeling loved and supported. And it gives you that feeling of healing and courage as well. It's such a gorgeous oil. Tea tree, we were saying last night in the class that most people know about this for spots, something that I used when I was younger. But it's really good to purify the air as well. So if anybody's sick or anything like that, it can just really, it's a natural antiseptic. So it's brilliant for that, brilliant for any type of illness or sickness or ridding the body of stuff that it doesn't need, as well as emotions as well. You know, often how we're feeling emotionally can be quite toxic to ourselves if we're feeling quite negative. This is a really good oil for supporting that and just helping us to feel empowered and safe, as well as supporting us on a holistic level. Frankincense. So this really is the, they call it the oil of kings. I use this every single day. It's incredible for inflammation. And so many of us are feeling either stressed or sick because we have this inflammation in the body that we can't see. Frankincense will just go to that. And it's the one, it's the one oil that can pass the blood-brain barrier. And what it means by that is it can go straight to your brain. So often when you put frankincense on the back of your neck, it's going to work straight away. It's going to get into your cells on a cellular level, and it can really support as well cellular turnover, which is what we need, just that healthy cellular turnover. So it's great for wound healing. I was in Bali recently and I got this contact dermatitis on my, all over my arms, so red and aggressive and blisters, and I put frankincense on with tea tree and lavender, and it was gone within a few days, which I thought was amazing, with the coconut oil. So very, very good for eczema, you know, psoriasis, dermatitis, anything like that. But also supporting us, our immunity, our nervous system as well, our central nervous system. Frankincense is so good for just calming. It's very peaceful. I use it when I meditate. So I put a bit on my third eye. I'll put sometimes a bit on my throat chakra, my heart chakra, and I'll meditate, even just for a couple of minutes, even using it with your breath. It's just so, so powerful. Great to use for your children. If any of your children have got any issues going on, this is amazing. And also for you as well, so good for mums. So the final one I wanted to talk to you about is the deep blue. And deep blue is really for any aches and pains. So if you've got your kids or you, if you've got any bad neck or bad shoulder, bad back, anything like that, or your husband or your partner, this can tend to be an oil that men go for as well. If they're going to the gym or you're going to the gym, this is amazing just to use with your fractionated coconut on to rub into that area. And in about 5 or 10 minutes, it's going to really, really support. It's like a natural deep heat, but so much more powerful. So ready to get started. So what I wanted to talk to you about next is how you can connect with me to get started with your essential oils. The reason that I wanted to do the webinar as well is because I connect with a lot of people on social media and we'll send messages back and forth to each other. But I really want to connect with as many people as I can and make it really personal for you. Because I know when I run the classes from my home or I go to other people's homes, you have that human connection of, you know, just being together and feeling into each other and how people feel and what they need, and they can smell the oils and use the oils. And I know it's very different when it's online. So I want to be able to support you and guide you in your journey as much as I can, whilst not being as connected as we could be. So how can we do that? Oh, this is about talking about some of the bundles as well that I was talking about. And I've put on here, these are the US prices, but I can give you different prices. So if you send me a message and let me know which country you're in, I can give you ones for those. So obviously they're different for the UK and different for, I'm not sure where everybody is from in the webinar today, but these are just US and I can tailor them to obviously to you. So the one that I've been talking to you today is the top 10. Which is the top 10 essential oils. It's this one here, which is $275 US. It's, if I remember correctly, it's 100. What is it for? I'm sure it's 235 for Australia. Pretty sure it is, but it could be wrong. No, I'll give you the prices after because I can't remember. So yeah, and this will give you the top 10 oils. You get a saving of almost $90 on that because they're bundling them together, and you're going to get your diffuser in there as well. So all the things that I've been talking about today with being with diffusing, you get that diffuser in there. And they're 15 ml bottles. So you're going to get about 300 drops from that, 250 to 300 drops, which will last you a long time. We also, doTERRA do a me version, which is just basically the smaller version where you get like 5 ml as opposed to the 15 ml. And for anybody who's wanting to go up a notch from that and just go into it and just get a lot more oils, the On Guard products that we do, the Deep Heat as a cream, or if you're looking to really start sharing the oils either online, in your business or in your community, then this is one for you to think about as well. But we can always chat about this and tailor it to what you need, to your budget and what feels comfortable to you. So what you'll receive from me, so for anybody that has a kit, you will get a free copy of the Essential Life book. And this is a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about. It's funny because the ladies were saying to me last night, how do you know all this stuff? And I said, you know what? Only from using the oils. You know, I'm just a mom who started using the oils 4 years ago, but it's only when I started sharing them back in November that I started to learn about them so much. I got one of these, which is the Essential Oils Bible, and it's got everything that you could ever know in here. So what doTERRA want to do is they want to empower mothers. They want you to be in a place where you don't have to keep going onto Google to get your information. You don't have to keep, you know, going to an expert all the time or to a doctor or a aromatherapist. Or they want to empower you and give you the tools and the education so you can support yourself and your family. And this is amazing. So good. I didn't get one of these till November. And I would recommend anybody who starts their essential oil journey to get one of these. So these are $40. And by buying one of the kits with myself, this is something that I always send to people as a free gift because I want you to know what you're doing with the oils. I never want you to get any oils and then for it to be sitting there and you don't know how to use them. I want to empower you and educate you and or help you to empower and educate yourself. So you've just literally got I won't go through that because you won't be able to see it, but literally every single oil, single thing it does. If you've got a particular ailment, you can look that up and it will tell you what oil you need and how you can use it. So it's a great resource. You also get some free ebooks with me. So I have different ebooks for different things. I have an overall one, which will help you to remove toxins from your home and show you how to use the essential oils for you and your family. But then other ones as well. I have some ladies that will come to me that have children with ADHD, and I have specific ebooks for that, or maybe a new mum with a baba or pregnancy. I have a lady that's just reached out to me. She wants to purchase a kit, and she wants to support vets and dogs, which is amazing. So I've got an ebook for her as well. So there's lots of different resources for you because everybody needs different things. I'll also share with you my favorite books, tools, and resources, which I was just talking about. And you can get 2 30-minute calls with me as well. So the first one is that if you want to hook up a call with me after this, we can have a 30-minute chat where I can really tailor it to what you need. And then once you receive your oils, about a week or so after that, we'll have another 30-minute chat, which I can just help and support and guide you. And it's wherever you live as well. I use something called Zoom, which means that we can just, like Skype. You will have access to my private online Facebook group. I have a smaller one and also a bigger one, which has got about 2,000 members on there now. And that just is a community of women, some guys, but mainly women, who are using the essential oils every day, who can support and guide you with all your questions, queries, anything you need is on there. And also I have private groups running. So a lot of ladies that have just purchased kits with me this month are going to be starting groups next month in May. Crazy to think it's almost May. One of them is an oils camp, which is a 2-week education. I've got that on Facebook, or there's an email drip as well, which each day you'll get information about the oils to support you. And also there's a biz camp on there as well. So for anybody that might want to use this as part of their business or start sharing the oils with family and friends, I can educate you and share with you how to do that as well. So there's lots and lots of resources that I offer to women. Okay, so after you have finished the webinar, you will receive an email which is going to come out to you. And that really will give you the details on how you can enroll. So I'll give you a link to my website. There's a step-by-step process about how you can enroll. And one thing I wanted to tell you about as well, what I offer as well is a wholesale account, which means that you get 25% discount off all your oils. You get free postage and packaging, and you also get points for your oils as well. So each time you're purchasing oils, you will get points which you can then use to purchase more oils. So it's a brilliant system that doTERRA have put together. And that will be with anybody that comes to me. You will get that wholesale account. So if you click the link in the email, then it will send you to my website, and there's a step-by-step guide or even a video to walk you through. It's really simple. Or if you want to connect with me and you'd like to have a 30-minute chat and I can support and guide you through it, then you can use this like something called a Calendly link, and that's just where you can pop into my calendar and you can book a time and a slot to speak to me. Within 24 hours, you'll get through your bonus gifts that I talked about, and then your oils will arrive in a few days, usually around 3 to 5 days. I'll then send you a link to book your one-to-one call with me, which we'll do 2 weeks after you get your oils. And you can join my private oil Facebook group as well. So there's so much resource here for you. And that is the end of the webinar, everybody, which is great because I wanted to do it in about 30 minutes for you. So what I wanted to know now, if anybody's got any questions, we can just stay online for a little bit longer. If you have a particular question that you want to ask me, remembering at the beginning as well that I asked you about what you wanted support for, if there's any particular thing that I haven't covered that you'd like to know about, please just pop your question in and I can support you while we're on here now. Or if you've got any other questions, just pop them into the chat. I'll give you a little minute if you want to do that. See if anyone's going to pop anything through. And if you don't, and you want to connect with me straight after this, you've got any questions or any queries, please just reach out to me. Just email me, Susy@susyparker.com, or you can head to my website, which is susyparker.com, and on there you can contact me as well and just reach out to me with any questions that you have. Book your chat with me because I really would love to support you on this new essential oils journey. So I think that's it, guys. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it served you. I hope I gave you some education into the top 10 oils and how they can support you and your family. And have an amazing day. I'm not sure what time it is where you are, but it's 10 a.m. in the morning here. So I'm just going to head off and take the kiddies to the zoo. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.